This edition of MacVoices is sponsored by PDF Pen and PDF Pen Pro by Smile, the essential PDF utility. Download free demos and find out more at smilesoftware.com. I'm Chuck Joyner, and this is MacVoices at NAB in Las Vegas. Folks, everywhere I go this show, I keep hearing, well, we've partnered with Frameio, or we're working with Frameio. And so I figured it was about time I got over and talked to Frameio and see what the big deal is. Sam is here to tell us. Sam, welcome. It's good to see you.
Thanks, Chuck. Thanks for having me.
So I believe this is Frameio's first booth at NAB?
Yeah, that's right. This is the first time we've actually had our own booth. We've been at other booths in the past, but this is our first time on site in our own booth, which is pretty exciting. So,
you guys got a very nice, very big booth.
Yeah.
So, which seems to be commensurate with what you've been doing, because it seems like a lot of people want to partner with everything you're doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of really exciting stuff happening in the product right now, and so just to give kind of a quick overview of Frameio and the problem that we solve. So our founders, Emery and John, worked in post-production, and they saw that it was just way too hard to get great feedback on your video quickly. And so Frameio is a tool that was really built first and foremost as a way to get feedback on video from your clients in a way that you can consume where you need it most, your editor. So we allow you to quickly upload your video to the cloud. You can send it to a client. They don't even have to log in to be able to see the content and to be able to comment on it. And what's coolest about Frameio is that they can actually leave frame-specific comments and annotations right on your video, and you'll get that back in our nonlinear editor integrations. So if you're working in Premiere or Final Cut Pro, you can get those comments right in your sequence or timeline as markers, and basically bring that feedback right into your next cut. So that's Frameio in a nutshell. There's a lot more that it does, a lot that we've released here at NAB. So we just announced our DaVinci Resolve integration yesterday. We announced that we just took our API into general availability yesterday, so you can go to developer.frame.io and check out our API documentation. And I think that's one of the reasons why you've heard some excitement around different partners working with us. Is it's never been easier to partner with Frameio and to bring assets in, bring assets out, and do all these really cool workflows with video in the cloud for the first time. So we're pretty excited, and I think our customers are too.
Well, judging by the buzz here, I think there are a lot of people excited about all of this.
Yeah.
So whose cloud am I, if I upload my projects to the cloud, whose cloud am I using? Yeah,
so we are hosted on AWS, and our upload pipeline, transcoding pipeline, we've done all on AWS. So that's where it's going, and we partner with them there.
Now this doesn't apply to a lot of people, but it applies to some, as far as the security of the content, both on the cloud and during transmission. Yeah. Do you guys address that?
Yes, we do. So we're SOC 2 compliant and TPN compliant. We were one of the first cloud providers to get TPN compliance, which is pretty cool. So from an infrastructure and kind of a compliance standpoint, we are right up there with some of the best. And then when you're sharing content just in general, you can add a passphrase, you can set an expiration date so you know that content will only be up for a day or a week or a month. And we're also working on some pretty cool updates that should be coming out later this year around kind of watermarking, session-based watermarking, things like that, that you'll be able to really use to take security to the next level in Frameio, which will be nice to see.
It seems like we have to involve security in every conversation we have now.
Yeah, it especially for the enterprise organizations out there, the larger teams that are working with tier 0, tier 1 content, it comes up all the time. And so again, we have those compliance levels already, and there's some cool stuff coming down the pipe to make sure that content stays secure in Frameio.
Perfect. So let's take a look at one of Frameio's features, and that's watch folders.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about this. I heard this mentioned in post-production world this week about just how easy and how impressive this is. So before we get into that, what is watch folders?
So watch folders is a way to, from macOS, just cleanly go into your menu bar, select a folder somewhere in your folder structure directory in Mac OS, and choose a project or a folder that you would like to sync to in Frameio. So it's basically a way to just sync what you have on your desktop with what you want to be working with in the cloud. So you set up a watch folder, and from then on we take care of the rest. So anything that you add to that watch folder, we upload to Frameio. And the team spent a lot of time on making sure this uploader was indestructible, right? So we do multi-part upload like we do in our web browser application, and that means that when you upload, you always know that it's going to get into Frameio. We've tested it with broken connections, with computers that go to sleep overnight, and when your connection picks back up, we just pick up right where we left off and keep uploading. And so we've heard from customers that it's changed the game in terms of being able to, come from the chute and quickly kind of set everything that they want to upload overnight and know that it'll be there when they get in the next day.
So let's take a quick look at it.
Yeah, sounds great.
Sounds good.
Cool. So here we're looking at the Frameio web application. This is just where you see Frameio in the browser. And I'll show you how you can upload assets to this project using our macOS menu bar app and the watch folders functionality within that. So you see here I am in the browser. If you see up to the menu bar, I just have this neat little Frameio application. And you'll see recent uploads here and watch folders. So I'll just come in, I'll say new watch folder, and you can see I have an auto upload files from. That's going to be the watch folder in my macOS Finder. So I'll click into that, and I'm going to come to my desktop and select this assets folder. And what's nice about watch folders is once I have assets linked up, I can just drag assets into that folder, and they're automatically going to get triggered and upload into whatever destination I choose in Frameio. So let's go and choose that destination in Frameio. So that's this to section, and I can either select a specific project or a folder within that project. So in this case, I'm looking at my next film, this project right here. So I'll select that, and I just hit select. And there are a few options that I can run through when I'm setting up this watch folder. So if I want to preserve the folder structure, upload any subfolders within it, I can do that. If I want the files to upload into Frameio as private files, I can do that as well. And I can skip any existing files that have already been uploaded to Frameio. In this case, I'm just going to skip all that and just click Add. And you can see right in the background, these files have started already coming into Frameio. And in my recent uploads tab in the watch folders app, I get this nice little list of everything that's currently uploading and its upload progress. So those are all pretty small files because we're on the NAB Wi-Fi connection here. But if I had some larger ones, I'd just be able to come and see that progress right here. Now, what's really cool about watch folders and about uploading in Frameio in general is what's under the hood. So we're breaking up these uploads into multiple parts, uploading them kind of multi-threaded into the application. And so if you were to lose your internet connection, if your computer were to go to sleep or you were to turn it off, we're able to pick up that thread when you come back online like nothing ever happened and upload the rest of the file. So we brand this as an indestructible uploader, and it is. So that's a cool thing to know about watch folders. And if I come back into the web app, you can just see everything I've uploaded just right there in that project. You can also just jump to that asset right in Frameio if you want. You can copy a share link and send that out. So a few other cool little features of that users can find as they jump into it. But yeah, that's watch folders in a quick demo.
We're showing this, of course, in Adobe, but are we in Frameio?
No, this is in Frameio.
We're just in
right
Frameio.
now, yeah. So we also have integrations with a number of NLEs. So Adobe Premiere is one of those. Final Cut Pro has it. And so what's cool is if you have assets locally that you want to bring into Frameio, you'll be able to go access those through those NLE apps. So you can go find those assets, you can bring them into your NLE and use them right there while still having them in the cloud with Frameio. So, yeah.
Thank you. That makes a whole lot of sense. Now we got a chance to see at least a little bit of Frameio in action.
Yep.
But if folks want to see more of everything you do, what's the best website?
The best website is frame.io. So just come to our website. You'll get a nice overview of everything that Frameio does. And it's easy to sign up. You can sign up for a free trial. You'll get some storage, some uploads. You'll get to see what Frameio is all about, see our upload speed and all that stuff. And yeah, that's the best way. So just www.frame.io.
I should have asked this before. What kind of pricing tier are we talking about, or tiers, or how does the pricing work on this?
Yeah, so there's a free trial that you can get started on, or you can try a 7-day trial of any of our paid plans. And we start with just a simple pro plan. It starts at $19 a month. And that gets you 250 gigs of storage. It gets you a bunch of great features and all of the stuff that we've been talking about, watch folders, the NLE integrations, all that stuff. It comes on all of our plans. So you'll be able to check that out. Then we have a plan for teams. So if you're a little bit of a larger team, you can jump into that. Or if you're an enterprise and you have many teams and you're managing content generation across a very wide organization, then you can sign up for our enterprise plan, and those are the tiers. So you can start with a free trial, go to pro, team, or enterprise.
Perfect. Frameio.com.
Frameio, yeah.
Sam, thanks so much for the time.
Just Frameio, no .com.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Frame.io.
Frame.io, and
sorry.
that'll take you there, yep.
My fault.
No
My
worries.
fault. Sam, thanks for the time.
Cool, thanks for having me, Chuck.
Folks, we'll have more from NAB in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.